Hello, my name is Tracy Wolverton, and I will present my research on how smartphone proximity affects employee engagement. This research represents an important exploration into distractions in the workplace. Smartphones are widely used in the workplace. However, the proximity of the smartphone may reduce employee engagement. Understanding this relationship may improve employee engagement and overall productivity for the organization. Employee engagement is essential for an organization. The proximity of the smartphone may increase the cognitive load and reduce engagement. Few studies have been completed exploring how smartphone proximity may affect employee engagement. This study examines that gap. And with the use of the cognitive load theory and the JDR model, we want to take a further view of this problem. To further explore this gap, there are three questions that need to be answered. Is there a link between employee engagement and how well the company performs? Number two, does having a smartphone nearby affect how focused and engaged employees are? And number three, can smartphones near employees be considered a workplace stressor that affects engagement? In this study, I'm testing whether the location or proximity affects employee engagement. Hypothesis number one indicates that employees who keep their phone in another room will show higher levels of engagement compared to employees who keep their phones at their desk. The null hypothesis is that there will be no significant difference in engagement between each of the groups. The theoretical framework was built with the cognitive load theory and the JDR model. Cognitive load theory explains that we have limited mental energy. It helps us to focus. However, when we have distractions, such as a nearby smartphone, it takes away some of that mental energy, and in this case, it reduces employee engagement. The JDR model states that every job has demands and resources. Demands take energy, such as distractions. Resources help you to stay motivated, such as support. When demands are high and resources are low, employees get tired and they often lose motivation. In this study, smartphone proximity can be viewed as a demand that lowers motivation that is identified as employee engagement. This study used a regression discontinuity designed to test the effect of the smartphone proximity on engagement. First, participants take the smartphone discretion scale as a pretest. Based on the scores, they are divided into two groups. Those who score below the cutoff, meaning easily distracted, go to the treatment group and keep their phones on the desk. Those who score above the cutoff, which means less distracted, are put in the control group and keep their phones in another room. This design tests for casual effects by comparing employees who are similar except for the phone condition. This study uses three main measurement tools. Employee engagement is measured using the Utrecht Work Engagement Scale, or the UWES. This focuses on how employees feel at work. It uses the Likert scale, and employees rate how often they feel or what specific ways they may feel. To assign the employees to their specific groups, the smartphone distraction scale was used, and it measures how easily a person is distracted by their cell phone. The population for this study included full-time employees who used their smartphones on a regular basis. Each participant was a willing volunteer and agreed to take part in the survey. Participants were also selected using convenient sampling, which means that the participants were selected based on availability and willingness. Data analysis will begin by using regression analysis to examine the discontinuity of the cutoff point on the smartphone distraction scale. This identifies any causal effect of smartphone proximity on engagement. A one-way ANOVA will be used to compare engagement scores between the treatment and the control groups. Additionally, the study will explore correlations between smartphone use and cognitive load to better understand how distraction impacts mental effort and focus. This study is significant because it can help organizations create better policies for managing smartphone use in the workplace and by showing how proximity affects employee engagement. It also supports a deeper understanding of how technology impacts focus and motivation at work. Lastly, the findings can contribute to the growing body of research on workplace engagement and may inspire further studies on digital distractions in professional settings. In conclusion, this study explores how the presence of smartphones in the workplace can affect employee engagement by increasing cognitive load. Using a regression discontinuity design and validated tools like the UWES, the research aims to show a causal link between smartphone proximity and reduced engagement. The findings can help organizations make informed decisions about smartphone policies and contribute to future research on managing distractions at work.